Well, good afternoon. I'm Chris Egan. You're looking at a live picture of T-Mobile Park. Fans rolling in there for a watch party. Welcome to King 5 Plus for our special Game 6 pregame show of the American League Championship Series between the Mariners and the Blue Jays. Jake Wittenberg, Ariel Arsuto are in Toronto. We'll get to Jake in a sec, but first let's get you ready for Game 6. Logan Gilbert will get the start today in Game 6. Gilbert threw 34 pitches and 2 scoreless innings of relief in the 15-inning win over Detroit on October 10th. He then started Game 2 of the ALCS. 3 days later, Gilbert allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, and 5 hits over 3 innings. Seattle won the game 10-3. This time, the 2024 All-Star is facing Toronto on 5 days rest, and he is excited about the opportunity today to help his team punch their first ticket to the World Series.
Yeah, it's huge. It's been such a long year. Just to get to this point is amazing, but to be the one to have the ball, and you grow up dreaming of moments like this, and you don't know how many you'll get over the course of your career. Some guys never get this, so it's a really big deal, and hopefully just contribute to the team.
Fourth row on your far left, Brian.
Logan, how much do you think it helped you getting back in your regular routine now after pitching in the 15-inning game?
Yeah, it's nice. A lot of us, first time doing different things. Woo, the other day, Bryce on short rest. So that's the playoffs, and that's kind of the fun of it too. But we're kind of creatures of habit too. So it's nice being back in the normal routine, and even pitching here last time and now coming back here. So just a little familiarity.
How tough was it to bounce back from that?
Arm, health and all that. It was fine. It wasn't too bad. I think there's so much adrenaline now. So like the day after, you kind of pay the price a little bit because it's masked or whatever from the adrenaline. But it's also a good thing that anytime you're out there, you usually feel pretty good. So honestly, it really wasn't too bad.
Left center in the back, Keegan.
As you've looked at the Blue Jays lineup again over this week, what is the identity when you look at them compared to an average lineup? Like, what's their thing that you really have to attack?
Well, I mean, identity-wise, I think they're the lowest in strikeouts in the league, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, that sticks out for sure. Most of their lineups fairly aggressive, but I mean, things to attack, I can't really say too much, but I think it's nice to know the other team. It's nice to know maybe strengths or weaknesses, but I think as a pitcher, you always have to know what we do really well, what our identity is too, and any small adjustments to make to the other team, it's worth considering. But for the most part, we kind of do what we do to make us successful.
Go across the aisle to Mitch.
Kind of on that, your rotation attacks the zone a lot. They're very aggressive, make a lot of contact. What is the cat and mouse game of kind of staying in the zone and balancing your aggression with their aggression?
Yeah, that's a good point. We've seen that a lot this series, and it's somewhere in the middle. I think you know the situation of the game, too. We never want to shy away from what we do, and getting good counts is huge, but also knowing there's some freedom to go to our spots when we have those situations, and there's been some discussions about that. Just from other starters or guys that have gotten in the game, what they've seen too. So it's not one or the other, it's somewhere in the middle, but I think it's kind of situational too.
All right, Logan Gilbert getting ready for the big game tonight. The Seattle Mariners taking batting practice a little earlier today at the Rogers Center. We'll head to Toronto hopefully in a second, but first let's stay in Seattle. Madison Wade standing by inside T-Mobile Park. Big crowd entering for the big festivities, the watch party. Let's send it over to Madison Wade.
We are here at the home of the Mariners ahead of a major game today for the Seattle Mariners. Take a look at all the fans who are gathering here to take pictures by the 2025 ALCS pop-up they've got with all of these amazing balloons and people. It's amazing to see. We are aware of thousands of Mariners fans who are packing the ballpark right now to watch Game 6 happening here really shortly. This is so fun to see this place packed because this game matters so much. This could be the historic game that gets us to the World Series. Again, we are just getting here. All these fans are now pouring into T-Mobile Park. We've got some food going on. All the fans are going to be starting to sit down here. Sorry about that. Sit down here closer to the field, and that's where they're going to have the game up on the big Jumbotron, which might be a little difficult to see from right here. But truly, this is as close as you can get to celebrating the Seattle Mariners right now as they take on the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 6. So we're going to talk to some fans, get kind of their maybe nerves out about this game, ask them about their superstitions, what they think is going to happen in Game 6. Hopefully it doesn't go to a Game 7, but if it does, there's another watch party happening right here at T-Mobile Park, which would be tomorrow. So go Mariners. We'll check in with some fans and bring it right back here live on King 5 Plus.
All right, Madison, great stuff. And Madison mentions that word nerves. And yours truly, I've been covering sports in the Seattle area for 25 plus years. Have been living in this area for 52 years. And there are some nerves out there right now. One game away from punching a ticket to the World Series for the first time in franchise history. There's also a lot of excitement out there. A lot of fans I've been talking to today treating tonight like a Super Bowl. There are parties not only at T-Mobile Park, there are parties all across the Pacific Northwest tonight. The streets will be empty tonight around 5 o'clock because everybody's gathered around for tonight's big game, and a lot of people are treating this one tonight like a Super Bowl. All right, I'm going to have the full lineup coming up for the Mariners, but first let's talk about just one of the moves for today. Manager Dan Wilson has decided to start Dominic Canzone in right field over Victor Robles. Canzone will bat 8th. Here's Dan Wilson on that move and a lot more.
Dan, what do you like about Canzone over Robles in right field, and would we see Victor as a defensive replacement late?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we have a luxury of being able to match up a little bit. India Savage does, he has with the split is can be tough on lefties. We think, the way Dom has swung the bat, that he's got a good opportunity against Savage. But yes, obviously late in the game, you don't know what's going to happen. Vic with his speed, his ability on the bases can also be a guy that can come in and run for you, but also can play out in in right field on defense late in the game as well. So that's what we're seeing at the moment, and that's how we've got the lineup set today.
Just wondering if you're keeping any tabs on your players' emotions going into a game that can be historical for your organization.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I think the feeling in the clubhouse is good. I think we've said all along that there's a lot of work to be done, and there's more work to be done, and that's the message. And these guys are well aware of that. And obviously a big win coming out of Seattle there earlier. The feeling just continues to be, whether it was at the workout yesterday, it's just work to be done, more work to be done, and so I think they're in a great frame of mind. They're focused, and they're ready to go, and that's what you want. I don't think it's easy this time of year to get distracted by a lot of the outside noise, but these guys have done a really good job on the whole of staying focused on the task at hand, and that's where they're continuing to keep their focus.
We'll stay in the middle in the back.
And given all that's happened in this postseason, how much stock, if any, do you put in the idea of one team holding momentum over the other, or is every game just a discrete event?
I think each game is discrete. I think emotion, momentum, you call it what you want, does play a big role in the postseason for sure. But each game, presents its own challenges, its own differences. I think in terms of that, you treat each game differently. And, I think it's kind of played out that way in this series. But obviously emotion and momentum is definitely a factor.
Dan, how did Brian come out of the relief outing the other day, and what do you kind of envision his role will be over the rest of this series?
Yeah, I think he came out pretty well. Yesterday, I think, as he mentioned, just kind of general soreness, and which is good. And today, we'll get a chance to get out there again and play some catch and see how he feels. And I think as you look at games 6 and 7, if there is a 7, game 6 certainly tonight is. We're going to find out who's available and who's ready to go and who might be, in the bullpen at times. So we'll be finding that out here as we get guys in on the field and get loose for tonight.
Go in the middle on the left, Jordan.
Dan, what did you see from Logan in his last time out, and what do you need to see early in this outing to kind of know he's feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, I think last time out was a little bit of uncharted waters for him, just because of the relief outing for us in the Detroit series. So tonight, you kind of look for him to be a little bit more settled and back into his regular routine of sorts. They were able to put a lot of pitches on him early. He got into some early trouble, in that first inning, and they were able to get to him a little bit. So I think just kind of getting off the blocks in a good way, I think, is going to be key for Logan tonight, and that's kind of what we'll be watching.
Stay in the left and back, Tyler.
When Logan is at his best, what makes him so hard to hit?
I mean, it's we talk about, ironically, it's the split, it's his secondaries and how they work with his fastball, and when he can locate that fastball, where he wants to put that, and then you throw in the sweeper or slider and the split. He's a tough matchup, and when he is on and he's able to locate those secondaries, it makes his fastball better, and when he can locate that fastball, it makes his secondaries better, and they kind of play off of each other. So that's what makes Logan so difficult, and a lot of swing and miss there. I think that the split is a big reason why he can throw that thing at the bottom and break it out of the zone where there's just not a lot of contact to be made. So if that split is on, that's when he's at his best.
Dan, what have you observed with the relationship between Cal and Logan, not just since you've been manager, but even being around the organization before then?
Yeah, I think it's as close to brothers as you can come. They kind of, when you look at two guys who've come up together in the organization and competed a lot together in the minor leagues, and then getting a chance now to compete together in the big leagues and experience playoffs, together in the big leagues. I mean, they've done it all together, and it's pretty cool to see. I think they know each other pretty well. They know how to press each other's buttons, which is it was just kind of funny at times. But I think both of them respect one another tremendously, and I think that that the relationship that they have it goes deep, and you love to see that from your battery, especially in a big game like this.
We were talking about momentum. Are you seeing any parallels to when you guys came in here from game one off of the other biggest game in postseason history for your team, after the 15 inning game, then you're coming in here after the game you guys just had? Are you feeling any parallels to like the way you guys are feeling?
I mean, I think as we've talked about a little bit earlier, each game is so different, I think, yes, we are coming off of an emotional game the other night, but, again, with the attitude that we have that there's more work to be done, I think we come in here, a little bit differently as well. So, again, each game presents its own challenges, and I think our guys are focused and ready to go on what's in front of us tonight.
All right, there he is, Dan Wilson, manager of the Seattle Mariners. Making all the right moves, it seems like. American League West champions, now just one game away from punching their ticket to the World Series. Dan Wilson talking a lot about his starting pitcher tonight, Logan Gilbert. You can go all the way back to spring training. And the first Mariners player that actually spoke to the press at spring training was Logan Gilbert. At that time, Logan Gilbert said, we need to treat every single game this season like it's a playoff game because it will come down to one or two games to get us in there. It was Logan Gilbert kind of setting the tone early with this Mariners team, and here he is. We're a long ways away from spring training, and Logan Gilbert getting the ball tonight in what could be the biggest start of his entire life tonight as the Mariners try to punch their ticket to the World Series. Dan Wilson has set the lineup for tonight. Let's take a peek at it right now if we can. There you go. Julio Rodriguez will lead off again. Followed by, yes, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, the MVP. He gets my vote, at least, for MVP. Batting third, DH tonight, Mr. October himself, Jorge Polanco. At first base tonight, some call him Nailo. I call him Josh Naylor. The big dog has been doing some great things in this playoff series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Randy Arozarena in left field tonight. Gino Suarez batting sixth and will be at third base tonight. How about this stat right here? Most combined home runs in a season among Major League Baseball teammates, including the playoffs. Cal Raleigh and Gino Suarez. They have 116 home runs combined. The only other duo with 116 home runs combined, Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. They did it back in 1961. J.P. Crawford starting at short tonight. Dominic Canzone, we heard from Dan Wilson. He'll get the start in right field. He'll bat eighth. And Leo Rivas will bat ninth tonight. So that is the lineup for the Mariners tonight. Julio Rodriguez once again leading off for the Avs. All right, leading off for us all week long, Jake Wittenberg. The guy is getting no sleep. Morning shows, traveling to Toronto, and here he is right now outside the Rogers Center, firing up those Mariners fans. Let's hear it, Jake. How's things going in Toronto?
Hey there, guys. Well, it has been a wild, wild weather day here in Toronto as we get ready for this big game. We were just on the field for batting practice. A lot of good juju vibes going for the Mariners today. They started playing football. They were joking around, signing autographs. It felt like a very loose atmosphere, very happy, excited about the game tonight. Gino was hitting some absolute bombs in batting practice. And a lot of the fans we spoke with who made the trek here from Seattle weren't here for game one, or were not here from game two, but decided game 6 was the one they wanted to be at for this very special occasion. They're already getting their money's worth. Listen.
One more win! One more win! One more win!
And it has been quite the night for these fans that just met each other, all from across Washington State, some from Yakima, Enumclaw, Bellevue, but they're grouping up together as one group of Mariners fans. Several of them got autographs from the players, too. 2 young men we just met from nearby Mississauga are also here getting autographs. Anthony Lee is a Mariners fan. He's a Canadian-born baseball player himself and went to the same high school as Josh Naylor. Naylor now his hero. It's an extra special night for him and all these fans.
Our school has a monument for like a couple of pictures set up with them. His debut photos from San Diego, signed bat from. It's pretty interesting. Our baseball coaches talk about him a lot. It's interesting, yeah.
I've gone to all the Toronto playoff games 2022 and the games here, and every time I go they win, so I had to come back.
I went to the 15-inning game, won that one, and then I went to Friday night's game. After the game, I decided, you know what? It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. I'm going to book tickets, and here we are. All solo trippers, but we're here to go for the Mariners.
Fans filing in here to the game tonight, getting ready for a game 6, and we were doing the math with some of the the front of house workers for the Mariners, and there are 3 players on this team right now that have seen a World Series. Randy Arozarena, reliever Caleb Ferguson, and Mitch Garver have all been to a World Series. They're hoping to will this Mariners team to one so the rest of the guys can get their shot too. We'll keep back a little bit.
All right, there he is, Jake Wittenberg, live in Toronto tonight outside the Rogers Center. Ariel Arzuto is on the field. We'll hear from her coming up in a little bit. Jake talking about some of the experience. There is some experience on this team. Randy Arozarena played very good in the playoffs when he played for the Rays. Mitch Garver helping the Texas Rangers to a World Series title. And I've been asked a lot over the past week, a lot of fans now watching this team up close, watching the games very closely, and people have come up to me and say, Chris, Andres Munoz, Luis Castillo. We saw Luis signing autographs there in Toronto with some of the fans. Gino Suarez. Are these guys really that nice? Yes, they are. This is why this team has become so loved even outside the Pacific Northwest. You can take a look at the map of the United States. I think there's 40 states rooting for the Seattle Mariners right now because this is a team that people just love. And we'll see if they can keep it rolling tonight in Toronto. All right. Now, despite the stress of this series, longtime Mariner fans are getting to experience something they haven't felt in decades. Drew Andre introduces us to a family that lives and breathes Mariners baseball across generations.
Got the infield at 10, got Phelps and Alvin Davis, the 2 first basemen, Harold Reynolds, Spike Owen, Domingo Ramos, and Jim Presley.
These are the interactions.
Yeah, big superstars right
inside the Kravanek home.
Well, I mean, it's the same with me with my childhood. Outside of Felix and Seager.
The garage is a playpen of Mariners history.
Did you see any of the other players in the background anywhere?
The living room is a shrine.
Except to see a lot of J. Buhner stuff.
And even a dog named...
Tiger, come on.
After a Hall of Famer, of course.
Ask her how many days a year she wears a Mariners jersey.
I don't have an answer to that. It's not every day.
No, it's probably only 360, right?
No, because sometimes it's just a shirt.
The love of the game started at the park.
This is when I was 8 years old. I got to say play ball at the Mariners game.
These days, Dad concedes his daughter might have even more Mariners knowledge.
And then these are like benchmarks that he had to pass.
It all started with these two, Jason Kravanic's parents.
My first game, once we got those season tickets, was opening day '86 with my dad. So basically, after my dad died, my mom kind of was in charge of the season tickets. She's the one who kept us in those season tickets all those years.
Oh, okay. It's a whole family affair, and it always has been.
Basically, where that is right now is where home plate is, roughly around where home plate is of Safeco Field.
Jason was there for the run to the American League Championship Series in '95.
That's the celebration after the double in Game 5.
And now, all these years later, his kids are living it for themselves.
I was basically between where all their ages are right now, and it's so fun to get to see them get to experience. Those are what could have been 1996 World Series tickets.
Those ticket stubs never became a reality, but maybe this is the year.
Feeling as good as you could be about it right now.
Definitely been a memorable season for fans, Mariner fans all across the globe. And I guess I ask everybody tonight watching these games not only to enjoy it with the loved ones with you, but also to remember some of the great memories that you've had with loved ones that have passed away. I grew up going to the Kingdome with my brother Brian, who passed away 2 years ago. I know he's rooting on this team right now. My father-in-law Jim, who passed away this past year, one of the best Mariner fans of all time. So remember all these loved ones as you're watching with loved ones tonight, because the Mariners, they got fans high up above as well rooting on this team. So go get them tonight, Mariners. All right, this year's Mariners team has had so many players step up this season and make big plays or big pitches at key moments. The bullpen has been a key to the M's success, and Edward Bizzardo is having a great season. Bizzardo pitched in 73 games in the regular season. He was 5-0 with a 2.52 ERA. In the playoffs, he's pitched in 7 games, 9 innings. He's 1-0 with a 4.0 ERA. Bizzardo signed with the Boston Red Sox back in 2014. He played his first Major League game in 2021, but this has by far been his best season in the majors. Today, he talked about what was different about this season in Seattle.
The opportunity what they give you to me this year that helped me to be like consistent and like that helped me to get a good year because I never get back to the minor league and I stay like all year here. And that put me like a good situation to be consistent, and they use me in a lot of spots, and I learned about that, like get ready to throw in tight game but open game too, and doesn't matter if the game's tight or open, I'm gonna be there like a loose to try to get to the game. No, I just work it the same with my sinker and slider. And yeah, I try to attack the sound, attack the hitter. That helped me to make the inning quick.
Go to Jordan on the left.
Can you talk about your experience in the Venezuelan Winter League and how that has maybe helped prepare you for success in the major leagues?
Yeah, that's what I told. Winterboro helped me like when I came back to USA. I'm loose, I'm ready to go because when I get like I didn't throw for a long time, my shoulder getting tightness, and I need to start to like start again to getting loose and everything. That's what I played with ball. With ball, him helped me a lot to getting ready to USA.
Edward, you're kind of always getting loose in a game early, even though it looks like sometimes they haven't told you to get loose. Is that just you always wanting to be ready, or does it take you kind of a long time to get loose once you get going?
Oh, no, that is like my routine. I try to prepare myself for sometime happy injury or something like that. And I'm just getting ready when they call. I'm going to be like, sometimes it's going to be fast, and I almost lose and getting ready to go to the game.
Talk to me about your shirt and why you think that, and give me your best pitch for why you think that he's the MVP.
This guy got amazing year. He got like 4 years in the big league, but that is the most impressive this year, and that is the MVP because make 60 homers is gonna be hard. And this guy working every day to try to do it, and that is the best for me, for calling every day working to do that. And he made that this year, like that is amazing what he do this year for me.
Bizzardo pitched in every single game of the Detroit series, and there's a good chance we will see him tonight. All right, let's now head back to Toronto outside Rogers Center. Jake Wittenberg firing up all the Mariners fans heading into the game. Jake, take it away.
Hey, Chris. Hey, everybody. John and Nicole are from Seattle. Father-daughter making it all the way from Seattle. What made you make the choice to come all the way over here?
The Mariners.
Yeah.
Mariners, baby. It was perfect Let's go. timing. We also saw the Niagara Falls, and that was our main reason. And it was the perfect timing that the M's made it all the way here.
I love it. Lifelong Mariners fans?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. How's it going to go tonight? What are you looking for? What's the expectation?
We're looking for it to be the last and final game because the M's are going to win. But you never know. We might see Game 7. But we're out here representing his mom, too, passing. I'm representing her jacket.
Look at that. Wow. Oh, that is cool.
So we
Very
brought
cool.
her with us, and we're just happy to enjoy the night together.
You too. Enjoy the game.
Hey,
Enjoy
thank
the
you,
game.
thank you.
So good to see you here.
Thank you.
On the other side of the continent, no less.
All right.
And enjoy the game, you guys.
Thanks, man.
Fans like this all over the place. We met a few folks who were here for games 1 and 2. They didn't expect to come back for 6 or 7, but they'll do anything for their team.
I was at the 15-inning game, and we won, and I had to fly out here last weekend. So I booked a flight last Saturday, was here Saturday, Sunday, Monday for the games, and was at Friday night's game.
Yeah, this is a small but mighty group of fans that arrived extra early to get autographs and meet the players. The players seem very loose and ready to go tonight. Also watching tonight, 2 familiar faces or voices, Aaron Goldsmith and the great Rick Riz. Goldsmith says the M's are in good hands with Logan Gilbert on the mound tonight.
The Mariners are in a situation where they have a guy that they have been, as an opening day starter, an all-star pitcher who has been, by and large, excellent once again this year. It's been a different year for Logan, but the results have still been very good for Logan Gilbert.
This is your 40th season calling Mariners baseball. Tonight you could make a call you've never made before.
Yeah, and I can't wait. You know, I want to yell, you know, the Mariners are going to the World Series for the first time in our history. It just continues, you know. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I believe it's going to happen tonight. And I don't know what I'm going to say, but I know something's going to be about the World Series and try to get there. It's been a long time.
And he had his bag of Cheetos, Chris Egan. He had that extra bag of Cheetos that GM Jerry DiPoto brings as good luck to Rick every single game now on this magical run. Chris, we've known Rick a long time. We saw him getting emotional about what could be coming here in the next few days. Doesn't want to get ahead of himself, but like you, like me, like all of us lifelong Mariners fans, now is the time to really believe. I mean, we're about to get over the edge tonight. A lot of these fans really feeling the joy tonight, Chris.
I'm getting goosebumps listening to you, Jake. Yeah, it could get emotional tonight for a lot of people. All right, Jake is not the only one from King 5 in Toronto covering the Jays. Ariel Arsuto is also at Game 6 and joins us from the field with another preview.
One more win, just one more win to have their first American League pennant in team history. Sounds pretty stressful. Well, Dan Wilson ensures this team is measured the same way they've been this entire playoff run. I asked if there's any parallels to that 15-inning game coming into Game 1 to this game here tonight as they came in from that Geno Grand Slam, probably one of the best playoff games in team history. He said every game takes on a life of its own, but it does give them some momentum coming into this game to hopefully close it out. They'll also have Logan Gilbert on the mound. They had him in Game 2, but he was coming in on limited rest. This time, he has his full rest. He also has his favorite battery mate in Cal Raleigh. They've been best friends since the beginning, and hopefully he can keep it measured if anything goes wrong. From Rogers Center in Toronto, Ariel Arsuto, King 5 Sports.
Yeah, Logan Gilbert, Cal Raleigh, drafted the same year, roommates as well. And here we go as we get closer to first pitch. One more look at today's starting pitchers. Once again, Logan Gilbert for the M's and Trey Savage for the Jays. Trey pitched in 2 playoff games so far. He's 1-1 with a 4.82 ERA. All right, that will do it for now. The magic number is now 1. It is just 1. Everybody, sit back, enjoy the ride, One win will take the Mariners on a historic journey, a place they've never been before, the World Series. A live look inside T-Mobile Park. How about that? They are packed. They're ready to go. You've been watching our Game 6 ALCS Mariners pregame show live on King 5 Plus. We'll be right back here after the game with post-game reaction from both teams. Go M's.